I had to make a decision. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lana Diel, and today we are going to dive into a very important topic indeed. I want to talk about making decisions because I can see on people around me that that's an ongoing struggle for many of us. Some people are very straightforward, they can just make their decisions, but that's almost a privilege, like being able to just make the decisions that you have to make. I want to dive into the struggles that we all face on making decisions and help to guide you on what I've come to realize and what I have been doing to make the process of making decisions a little bit easier. So we are going to start by why did I have to make my decision, and then from there we will see the steps that I took and things that can help you to take your own steps towards the decision making that you have to do, because probably you have to. It's not like even an option. Let's be vulnerable now. I want to talk about career, money, and business. The rewards that come from within. So that's all the things that made me in this position of having to make a choice, to make a decision. And I found myself as a full-time artist that in a year time I won't have the support that I am currently having from the government of the country I'm living in. They managed to make a pilot scheme for artists, and I was lucky enough to get selected in their process, and that's how I've been paying my bills lately. But that's pretty much what I have been doing, just paying my bills and living in the edge. I've been able to pay my bills with the support, but my business is not doing well. My passion is not paying my bills, and that's something very painful to say out loud, but that's the reality. And I really hate saying things like that, like, oh, that's my reality, that's my current circumstances, because every time that you do any research about manifestation and achieving your dreams, the first thing that they do is telling you to incorporate, like to be the person you want to manifest, because you don't manifest things, you manifest yourself. But I am just tired of pretending that I have things that I actually don't, that I have achieved things that I actually haven't achieved. And I think that all these fake it till you make it, it's okay, it's nice, it's wonderful. Many people have achieved many things on doing that, but at the same time, I feel that it's a little bit toxic as well, because you just get caught up in this bubble of I want to be someone, I want to start acting like this person, but I'm not there yet. And then everything in your 3D world tells you differently. And then you just have to be also rational and also cope with the reality and the fact of things, right? Everything that is shouting at you, oh, all your dreams are possible, you just have to do da da da, or not even that, just believe it and then you will have it. That's awesome, but it's also very draining and very frustrating to walk towards something that you are not even sure that it's going to actually be reality. So because of that feeling of duality, I realized that I really have to plant some seeds right now so I am able to live the life of my dreams in the future. And I found myself in this position of, okay, I am going to find a job, because then with this job I can get some money and then I can just get by and everything's gonna be okay. I will try and make time for my art, etc. I'm gonna learn new things, etc. But then I've come to realize that in a year time, if I don't really plant like actual seeds for a better outcome, I'm gonna have to be a waiter for God knows how long, or not a waitress, but like a barista, like like this kind of. I think that those start off jobs. Let's put it this way, because it's not my dream job. It's not something that is going to bring me loads of money either. So I feel that like for myself, I either have to do something that brings me so much joy that it's not even like a problem, that it's not making money out of it, or I have to be making loads of money, because otherwise there is no actual reward on doing things that I don't want to do, like waitering a table. That's just like an example. I'm not a waitress right now. I'm just like giving you examples. So I found myself in this position, like, okay, so in a year time, I have to be making actual money from my creations, but I'm not doing that. And I thought I would be very, like, I thought that I would be somewhere that I'm not right now. I was struggling to find other jobs, and maybe you watch my latest vlogs, you saw that I didn't get selected for the thing that I thought I wanted, but then everything just got into perspective, and then it was like, I am so protected by my guardian angels, my ancestors, my, I don't know, I just feel blessed and protected that I didn't get that job, because everything just slapped at my face. Like, okay, I'm not being very welcoming for this change. Oh my god, I love coffee. Right now, I'm drinking a coffee that my friend Damien brought to me from Costa Rica, and it's just like soft and fruity and like a little bit citrus, but not strong, and it's not acid at all. It's just amazing coffee. Um, Thank you, Damien. Okay, so let's get back to what I was saying. In the process of making this decision of what to do with my life, where to bring my energy towards so I can achieve my dreams by pursuing one thing that will give me rewards, that will allow me to do the things that I wanted to make. Because that's like, at the end of the day, I just want to make art. I just want to make my paintings and my illustrations and my stickers, and I just want to create. Like, okay, let's start over this career path, because being a fine artist, it's not bringing the rewards in a short period of time. It's more like a marathon to be a fine artist. So in my case, I had to really think on how to make money. So I had three options. My options were starting a career in illustration and like going hard on that, like spending a couple of months just building a portfolio, and then drawing, and painting, and developing my skills in my iPad on Procreate, and working with like digital art and etc. That would be a nice path, because as an illustrator I would be able to work with companies rather than people, because right now my clientele, it's people just like you. It's like I don't make products for companies or anything like that. So I was thinking about changing this perspective of having actual people buy my work, instead of that having companies, because they have more money, obviously. My other option would be digital marketing, because I know nothing about digital marketing, and I just feel that also I would be working for companies and for people that really need like the skills that I have built so far and things that I would learn. My other option would be start studying to become a tattoo artist, because I really love tattoo, and I know that there is some money in the tattoo industry, because especially now with all these house crises all over the world, people rather get the art in their skins than like an original painting that they have to have a house to hang that on their walls. So just like thinking in general, I thought that like that could be an option as well, because I really love tattoos. I have several friends that are tattoo artists that they could help me out with some tricks and tips. And yeah, I just have loved tattoo ever since I was a little girl, and it just kind of made sense for me to start this path. And then I found myself with the next topic that I want to talk about today. It's analysis paralysis. And analysis paralysis is nothing less than the inability of making a decision because you are overwhelmed or because you have too many options, or probably both. In my case, I was just overwhelmed because I didn't have like so many options. I had three options, and even though I only had three options, it was really paralyzing. Just the very idea of making a decision. As I'm getting older, I feel that everything that I do have a heavier weight over my life. So all these decisions are very serious decisions that will need time, commitment, love, and believing in myself and so many other things. And I was paralyzed. I found myself so overwhelmed by having to make a decision that I just paralyzed, and then I couldn't do anything. And then I was like looking for jobs, and at the same time I was trying to make decisions. And in my job interview I even said like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start studying digital marketing and blah blah blah. And then I was like, oh my god, this is so overwhelming. And then the first thing that I did when I was overwhelmed with all the possibilities, like of course now I'm narrowing down three possibilities, but before there was way more than that. Well, I had way too many choices, like, and that sucks because if you have a large range of possibilities, you just get overwhelmed and you are more likely to not make any decision at all. So that's what I want you to do. First things first, if you're feeling paralyzed, I want you to make it tangible and visible. So write down so you can see from a distance your possibilities, the things that you can choose from. Make it visible so it's not just in your head. And then from there, I want you to narrow down the choices you have, because they are all important and you are overwhelmed. So you can categorize them by categories or teams or even colors. Like if you have too many options and they are all over the place, just try to narrow down like 5 for each color, and then you start to cut down some of them, and then you start to like really like filtering your things. And one thing that I want to mention is that you have to be rational, but you also have to follow your fucking intuition. You can't just neglect your intuition and just be rational, because your head knows things, like I could just sit here and say, oh, I had these three choices and the one that will bring me more money will be that choice, and then you just go for that, like because you're just being rational and you're just like trying to solve one problem. But money is not your only problem. Like, I'm just making examples here. Please just like open your mind and like try to understand what I'm trying to say, because it's really hard to explain things. Narrow down your options, categorize them by colors, whatever. Do what you must. And then I want you to set a deadline for you to make your decision, because it will help. If you're really indecisive, you think that your decision is gonna change your whole life or the life of many people. And maybe it will, but honestly, looking from an outside perspective, it doesn't change much, because at the end, in a couple of months or weeks or days, you can review your choice. And then you can change your choice if that's not satisfactory. Anyway, set a deadline. Another thing that happens when we are trying to make a decision is that we have this very strong imposter syndrome coming towards us, saying that we are not good enough, or that we are not worthy of having a better life or to achieving our dreams. So I created the Ambitious Dreamer deck. I think that affirmations are the solutions for imposter syndrome. You can also journal about things and etc. But This deck was created exactly for that because I have a very strong imposter syndrome, and then I was like, okay, let's make affirmations for like to help you achieving your dreams. So it's just really good words. You can see this deck, it's beautiful, and there's just like loads of positive affirmations. You can take anything from here. You can work on your self-development to get rid of the imposter syndrome, because you will find just messages of like, you don't even have to get this deck, you can get any like affirmation decks. I recommend decks because then you can see the things, it's like physical. You can make a ritual to improve yourself, and cards are amazing for that. You can also use tarot cards for advice, but you can also like listen to affirmation guides on YouTube or meditate on that. That's just something very helpful because you really need to be aligned with who you are and what you think about yourself in order to make a good decision, because you don't want to make decisions from a place of fear. You want to make decisions from a place of love and worthiness and happiness, kind of, like it's just how it is. You don't want to make decisions based on how bad you feel about yourself or how sorry you are about yourself. Work on your self-development so you can make better decisions. That's a lifelong process. Start now, start somewhere. I'm just a person, I'm still learning, I'm still developing myself and believing in myself. But I just know that affirmations helped a lot. That's why I'm telling you. So journaling, affirmations, meditations, you can guided meditations to help you make a decision, but you will know. I think that it's a connection of both intuition and rationality, like like balancing your female and male energy, and then you can make the best decision possible by doing that. So after doing all of that, I want you to start taking action, because paralysis analysis, when you are facing a decision to make, it's something that can only be overcome by action, like movement. You really need movement, you really need action, you really need to start taking the baby steps towards anything in your life, right? Like in general, let's put it this way, in general you have to do that. So just start small, do actions. Like, I know it's hard to make a decision, but you got this. Do everything that I said in this video, and just try and like really try and do it, like set your fucking deadline. By that day, like in 2 weeks time, I will have to come up with the decision, and then honor your word and honor yourself by like setting a deadline and sticking to it. Okay, it's not because it's your deadline that you don't have to take it serious. And that's something that I see many people doing. It's like, oh, I want to do that, okay, I will have done that by then. And then when the day comes, it's like, whatever. Like, if you don't take yourself serious, like, who is gonna take yourself serious? Like, if you say that you're gonna do something and then you don't, even if no one is looking, you know that, and then you start not believing in yourself because you are not doing the things that you should be doing by yourself when no one else is looking. So if you don't trust your own word, like no one else would. Like, that's just simple math. Anyway, I hope that was useful. If you were curious about the decision I made, I decided to go to digital marketing just because I feel in my heart that it's the best decision possible for myself right now. It was a bit of both, like my intuition and my rationality, because it's a field that is ever growing, and I can learn everything from the comfort of my home. My dog is getting blind. So I don't want to find a job that I have to go there and do this stuff and then come back home. I want to work from home. For me, it's the ultimate quality of life. So it just makes sense that I work towards something. And also, like, everything that I start to learn in digital marketing, I am going to apply to my own business, to my own career. The more I study, more I find it fascinating, and more I am right of my decision, but there was only one way for me to getting this conclusion is by doing the work and by actually taking action and doing courses and studying. And like now I'm finding that I've made the right choice. But let's be honest, if in 2 weeks I have already felt that, oh my God, I hate digital marketing, I hate marketing, I hate working from home, I hate studying all of this, like I can't possibly keep on doing that, I would get back to my list of options and I would pinpoint other things that I have learned on the way because I took action. And then I could change my perspective and my reality, and I could just say like, fuck that, I'm not studying digital marketing, I don't want to work with that. I maybe feel more drawn to go to the tattoo field, and then I would just try and see how it goes. Action and movement and like really researching and exploring, I would find out the answers. So action, it's key. You cannot just be in your head thinking that everything's gonna be alright and everything will get aligned at some point, because it won't if you don't get in movement. You need to get in movement, you need movement, baby. Thank you for watching today's video. It was longer than I thought it would be very fast, but thank you for making me company and to dive into the exploration of decision making with me today. I hope I can see you next time. I post a new video every week, so make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because you all never subscribe to channels, and fucking hell, like, bro, help me out here, like I'm just a person. I need your support. Give me your support. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye. Love you. See you next week.